People who wear hoodies when it is 100 degrees out, why? I'm insecure and I prefer being a shapeless blob over having people actually see me. That pretty much sums it up for me. Same, people underestimate how much of a good way it is to hide from people. Are you insecure about your appearance? Just put a hoodie on and it's like people can't see you anymore. The only downside is that old people try to accuse you of crimes you didn't do. This has happened to me multiple times. Even worse is when you get accused of crimes you did do. Only if proven in a court of law. Somehow I imagine this as a sentence in an ad from Saul Goodman. Edit, seems I've been unknowingly right here. Good job, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul creators, you implanted your characters in my mind. Man's not hot. The girl told me take off your jacket. I said babe, man's not hot. Man could never be hot. Perspiration ting. Lynx effect. Use roll-on. Or spray. Either way.
A, B, C.
Summary 1. People with sensory processing issues, ASD, SPD, etc. 2. People with poor body image, whether from dysmorphia, dysphoria, or being overweight, underweight. 3. People physically covering up self-harm or psychologically covering up depression. Also sometimes track marks. 4. People feeling unmotivated to wear bras or something more formal. Edit, what I believe we've concluded here is that if you know someone who persistently wears hoodies, sweatshirts, or long-sleeve tees when it's inappropriate for the weather, think about checking in with them to make sure they're okay. The only innocent, ASD is still a problem, and they might also need to be checked on because social isolation comorbidity. One of these reasons is number 4, except if it happens regularly, it could be a symptom of depression. Thanks. Because I was too lazy to put on a bra. I'll take the small discomfort of a little underboob sweat over the underwire torture anytime. And let's be honest, if you're walking to the bodega in a hoodie to avoid wearing a bra, you probably haven't showered today anyway, so who gives a duck? I'm insecure about my body. Well, wearing a hoodie in 100 degrees will definitely make you feel hot. 'Cause I fat. I actually do it for the opposite reason, lol. I wear hoodies because I'm scrawny and have noodle arms, so they add bulk. The duality of man. Lol, I went from doing that at 6 foot 2 150 pounds to doing it at 6 foot 2 260 pounds indeed. I did the same when I went from 6 feet 0 inches 150 pounds to 5'2 plus 150 pounds. I knew this was coming. On a separate note, in less than a year I did that in reverse. Ducking painful. Went from 5 feet 2 inches 125 to 6 125 in about 9 months when I was a kid. My joints hurt reading this. Big pain, much ow. The worst by far was the foot pain. My feet blew up to size 14, so I was practically walking around on water skis. Couple that with waking up taller every day and I was so ducking clumsy. I didn't even realize what was causing my heels to hurt so badly. It happened so often and I just thought this is my life now. Was mostly at school during the pain, so I couldn't really do much either. Edit, apparently I've got flat feet, so that doesn't help either. Mosquitoes. They love me. I hate them. One time at summer camp, everyone in my cabin was attacked by mosquitoes overnight. But the camp staff treated us well, taking us to the first aid center instead of our first class for the day, and we got free ice cream. Nowadays I pay for my ice cream with money instead of blood. Nowadays I pay for my ice cream with money instead of blood. That was epic. That's summer no context material. I did this in high school, and I'm just gonna say it. I saw Anakin doing this in episodes 2 and 3 and thought he looked dope as duck. I figured I'd look cool if I did this too. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. It's hoodie season then. Not yet. Is it possible to wear this hoodie? Not as a Jedi. Did you ever hear the sweatiness of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He learned to control his body temperature to the point where he could prevent the ones he loved from smelling him, but could not prevent himself from smelling his sweat as it was trapped inside the sweatshirt. Ironic. 200,000 hoodies and thousands more well on their way. NGL, it's usually low self-esteem or confidence issues. Or aesthetic fashion purposes, I guess. But I used to wear hoodies every day to hide my body, and I live in Florida, until I passed out from the heat one day. Lamau. Body dysmorphia must be a lot easier to deal with in cold climates. You can just cover up 99% of the time, although I guess that might stop you ever confronting the problem. That depends on where on your body your perceived problem is. I understand your point, though. I want to know about the people who wear shorts when it's below freezing out. My legs are never cold. My arms, freezing beyond belief. Is not my arms, but my heart. I'm one of those people who are always cold. Sometimes I wear 2 sweaters, jacket, 2 pairs of socks and sweatpants under my jeans. I probably have some disease or some shit. Have you had your hemoglobin and iron levels checked? It could also be a thyroid issue. Not sure what that has to do with hobgoblins. Hobgoblins sometimes like to attack the thyroid. They mistake it for their sworn enemy, the triad. I'm on the Asperger's spectrum, and something about the hood around my head makes my sensory issues much more bearable, and makes me feel safer. Me too, but I prefer to do a 100% cotton sweatshirt and a beanie. I wear beanies all summer because I have a love-hate relationship with my hair and I'm always cold. It has to be over 100 F before the hat bothers me. My fashion in high school was put a hoodie on and suck it up. Is it 100 degrees? Put a hoodie on and suck it up. Is it 30 degrees? Put a hoodie on and suck it up. Word. Too lazy and poor to care about fashion, or what people thought. Sucking it up was what I was good at. Self-harm. Not for a very long time now, but my early teen years I wore the same 2 hoodies constantly, even when I slept. After reading the question I assumed that there would be a lot of troll comments, but this is a factual reason I completely forgot about. One of my good friends when I was 11 to 13 had cut herself to the point that both of her forearms were covered in scars from the elbow down. She always wore long sleeves and shorts in the summer. Same. Elbow to wrist. I went scene, I guess, and I would take knee-high socks and cut them into sleeves and decorated them. Fashion I forgot that was why people would wear long sleeves. I kinda just I don't know got over the scars. They're there, everyone sees them. May. I got so bored of sweating through summer and one day my mom told me that the scars were mine now and that I had to accept them as part of me. Never wore a hoodie in summer again. If people want to look and point duck it, let them. Your mom is cool. She's an absolute angel. I'm more tattooed than I'm not. I wear a thin hoodie or long-sleeved shirt fairly often in the summer, especially when driving, because the sun fades the shit out of tattoos and I don't always feel like putting on sunscreen. No sense in putting a lot of time and money into well-done tattoos to have them fade. Good point that I've never even considered. How else do you expect me to steal the ducks from the park? You don't need to steal them. The elites don't want you to know this, but those ducks are free, you can take them home with you. Exactly, I have 489 ducks right now. Depression is strange. I live in Texas and I still wear a hoodie most of the time going to school even if it was May. You wake up in the morning when it is cooler outside and your room is possibly cold too. The first thing you see is the same hoodie you wear every day since it is easy and comfortable, then you throw it on real quick and go. Not much thought, gets regrettable when it is truly hot out, but at the time it just didn't matter to you. TX is also weird in the summer because it's hot outside, but a store, restaurant, office, etc. may very well be an Arctic ice storm of AC. I can get by without proper weather protection in the fall-winter, but if I don't have a wrap sweater or hoodie in the summer, I'm going to end up suffering somewhere. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie or zip-up jacket 90% of the time when I'm inside in the summer. I run cold so the constant AC blasting cool air is like an Arctic wind all the time. I'm a big fan of the hoodie plus shorts combo, warm enough for inside, can easily use a blanket on legs, but still cool enough to get to and from my car, etc.